Hello, happy Saturday. Hope you're enjoying your weekend or Saturday. Blessings to you. Kind of feeling the autumn rolling into the winter vibes, feeling those October Halloween Samhain vibes, and feeling like stopping by and doing a reading. Before I get into the reading, I wanted to talk a little bit about attraction and the kind of things we attract when we're in that ascension awakening place. I know a lot of my clients, a lot of my friends, a lot of other healers I work with are realizing that they unintentionally attract darkness or like negativity. And like this is something that happens when you're in a place of really working on yourself and expanding and growing and bringing that divinity and that divine energy into embodiment in yourself. You, as like a being of light, as a being of positivity and love, you will attract people that are very sick, that need that healing. You will attract, darkness and light. There is that connection, attract each other. So you're going to attract darkness and there's nothing you can do about it, As somebody who is striving for elevation, ascension, in that awakening process, there will be like people, experiences, situations that fall in your lap simply because you're on your right path. And the way we deal with these situations is kind of the test. And that is one of the gateways of transformation, because you have to use your discernment and exercise control and not react and not get down in it. Like if you have somebody that's bringing you drama, anger, anything like that, you can just like ignore them and walk away and choose to move away from that energy instead of getting down in the mud with them and getting in that low vibrational level. Basically, anytime you're feeling anxiety, anytime you're feeling anger, you don't want to act on those things. Like, unless it's like a matter of life and death and you have to protect yourself, like physically or something. But like, our interactions with other people should create an expansive, joyful energy, should create like a growth. If it's not creating like this wonderful, like blossoming joyousness, get out of there. Get out of there, And I also like, a while back, kind of learned about from an amazing woman on Instagram, Ajna Sarah. She was talking about the difference between just like, people that don't like you and haters, and like, everybody's not gonna like you. Everybody's not gonna vibe with you. They're not gonna like your message or, support what you're doing or support your work or just even like you at all as a person. And that's fine. Like, people don't have to like you. But what haters are is they try to get other people not to like you. They speak ill of you in a larger sense and create like a movement of energy against you, of other people, and try and get other people to join them in their disdain for you, their dislike for you. They spread like, rumors and gossip and blah, blah, blah. And like often when you're like really onto something and you're coming into your purpose and you're coming into your soul path, you will feel the presence of haters, because there are people that want to keep you small. There are people that want to keep themselves small because they are not ready for that expansive growth and coming into like the 5D, that's the fifth dimension of reality, where, this reality coexists in the same reality as like that old reality that we are now leaving. Like, there are those of us who are creating a new world, and there are people who aren't ready to hear that, see that, be part of that. So they are going to try and pull you down any chance they get. And I want you to know that like, there's no need to argue. There's no need to defend yourself. You just do not feed that energy. That's what you do. You don't feed that energy. You release them, pity them, let them go. Because we, as like healers and beings of light and creators, need to be creating magic, creating art, creating beauty, but we do not need to be using that creative force to destroy, to tear down, to get down in the mud, to obsess, and to romance the darkness. That like darkness. wish there was like a better, my vocabulary is like escaping me today because I'm like super tired. I stayed up really late last night working on something, and I'm like wearing my pajamas right now. I'm wearing my like Elvis Actual Pain Hannibal Lecter mask shirt, and that's fine because it's Halloween-y. But like, you know, those forces of darkness, forces of like evil, malevolence, whatever, like exist. That is real, and it's in the hearts of other people. And those of us that embody divinity and love and beauty will come up against that. It is a natural thing that is going to happen. And we don't have to react. We don't have to engage. We don't have to defend or make excuses or try and correct or change their reality. We just have to be focused on ours, creating, spending time with other people who are also on the same path. So let's get into the reading. That was like a really long intro, but like I really want to talk about like awakening and ascension and growth and transformation. And like I feel like those of you who are feeling me, who work with me, are in that place. You are all awakened empaths, intuitives, healing artists, and you're ready for this download. So let's do a reading, but I think more and more my videos are going to be like conversations, and start to have like conversations with other people where we are talking about what we are experiencing and the information we're getting and the downloads we're getting and the upgrades, and bring that to you. But for now, today, for Saturday, let's talk about the tarot. So the first card that I pulled, and this is kind of like collectively, here's where we're at, here's what we're working through, this is the energy, but like this is where we're starting. Son of Swords, drawn reversed. So this is like stepping into that place where we're coming into clarity. Like, what are we not ready to see? What are we not looking at? What are we like? It is painful. You know, it can be so painful to be completely aware of what's going on like within us, without us. But coming into this place where we're starting to see, we're starting to be open, our hearts cracking open just a little bit to make room for this experience. And this is like getting clear. Coming through Son of Swords, progressing through this card and moving into the next card is gaining clarity, gaining discernment, gaining rational mind, not like paranoid, delusional mind, but coming into what is really going on in our experience, what is truly happening. And from this place of discernment, moving into what is our higher self, coming into a place of celebration. Four of Wands can often be correlated with like, you know, marriage, parties, celebrations, graduations, whatever, but also elevation, upgrades, growth, transformation. Coming into this place where only through like this messy, kind of painful self-evaluation growth period, we are allowed to move through processing those experiences, grieving, whatever. You know, transformation is not always pretty. I mean, it's like never pretty, you know? You have to go through that darkness to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. And so you move through that and you come into this place where you realize things are different. You realize you're different. You see clearly the mistakes of the past, the old habits, the ways of being that you are ready to leave behind, and you admit what has to go to get to this next level. You are climbing the mountaintop. You are going up higher and higher. You know, you could be like going up in your chakras and moving up here, going into that, or you could just be like personal transformation. This is like, who am I? What are my actions? What are my choices? And knowing that you are absolutely in charge of that. Nobody's doing anything to you. You are making the choices about like where you work, who you surround yourself with, where you live, the way you conduct yourself, what you react to, what you put in your body, how you treat your body. This is a sacred vessel, you know? And from this place of beauty, of transformation, of growth, feeling that high vibration, feeling that love, acting from that place, walking in compassion, you rocket into the star, and the star is absolutely where we want to be. This is like the card of Aquarius, the visionary. I mean, you know, Aquarians can be very magical, although like airy and confusing. That is like that dreamer that sees like this beautiful vision, even if they aren't sure of the way to get there or the tools to put that into play. This is like a card of celebrity, a card of attraction, a card of power, a card of like artistry. But like coming into the star is like such a progression from this place. Like, you know, this is like growth, transformation, and then this is like, okay, and what are you doing with that? How does that look now? How is that going to look in 10 years from now? Who are you touching? What lives are you affecting? And not on a small scale. This is absolutely having limitless growth, knowing that you're not just setting goals. This job is never going to be done. Like, you are evolving, and the goal is like perfection, which like, what is that? You know, what is that? But like, this lifetime's work is to make yourself as divine, as magical, as beautiful, as loving, as energetically like free-flowing and non-reactive, and just all of those things. So this is a big job. And you know, we're in this time of year where the veil is very thin between the worlds. Like, all of the dimensions, all of these realities that are just stacked on top of each other, like, you know, all these layers of a sandwich or something, or like all these spirals crisscrossing through space, like all of these dimensions, you can feel them. You can feel the vibration. You can feel the vibration of like the other world, you know, where our dead are and where like spirits are. And so this is a very sensitive time, but it's also a very inspiring time. It's a great time to start making contact with your ancestors. If you don't already have like ancestral relationship, get on that. You need to do it. Like, I don't say you need to do very many things, but I do believe that all of us need to reach out to those that came before us. I think that's very important. I think it's like an excellent place to start with your foundation for spiritual work. And I think it's an excellent place to go for safe grounding and support and guidance on your path. So I've given you a lot to think about. I hope that you have a beautiful, lovely, and safe weekend, and I hope that you treat yourself with compassion and kindness, and that spreads out to the world around you. You know, if you like this reading, please comment something nice. Please share it with a friend. You can click on the link to book with me, and I'll be listing a bunch of products next week, new like potions and magical things. So yeah. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you. Bye.